Hi everyone and welcome back to EL Cards. Today we're going to be opening these packs of MSL soccer cards. If you've not watched my previous videos, basically I bought these thinking that they were the MLS and maybe a wee bit of vintage cards, but complete waste of money. Sometimes you do that when you get into a new hobby, get a bit excited, don't really read the description properly. But I thought I'd make a video out of it anyways and not completely waste my money. Try and get some sort of content out of it. But these are just completely worthless. So I'll have a bit of a laugh opening these. And yeah, let me know in the comments below if you've done something similar. Purchasing something that you thought maybe it was a player's name. That you got mixed up with someone, or like what I've done, you've just sort of misread the description and because they were fairly cheap you just went for it. So anyways, let's get started. So I'd already opened this packet just because I kind of was a wee bit suspicious after I read the packet and it was wrong. But anyways, I'm not going to really dwell on these too much and go into much detail, because let's be honest, it's a bit of a waste of time. But we'll try and have a bit of a laugh and try and talk through some of the things. I'm loving this boy's sneaks, by the way. You wouldn't get them, you wouldn't get Mbappe. Actually, you might get Mbappe wearing them French colours. What else? See if there's anything that stands out that's pretty funny. This boy absolutely flying for the wings. Some of these are just like, these are just normal guys, but like I just it almost makes it funnier that I thought it was that MLS, and as soon as I opened it up and I seen that it was indoor, honest to God, absolutely useless. Sometimes I wonder how I get through life day to day just doing stupid things like this, but you live and learn, move on. There isn't much I can really say about these, to be honest. I would love to know like who was like the big player in that back in the day. See if they could resell like Mbappe. Imagine that. Indoor soccer takes off. If only, if only. So either that boy's loving the headband. Check that. This is class. I don't even know what year is it. 1992. Oh, there's Jamie Vardy, looking decent. I'm loving the trainers, by the way. Some decent clobber on these. Just everything about it's class. Pumas. Oh, you've even got the managers in there. Goalkeepers kitted out to the max with their trousers on. I always remember, I think it was Crystal Palace had a goalkeeper that wore trousers through the game. Need to see if I can pick one of his cards up. I'm sure he was like from Czech Republic or something like that. But aye, good old goalie wearing trousers. Can he beat it? I'm not going to lie, indoor football is quality. It's just a shame these cards are absolutely worthless, but if you've not played indoor football, do it. And there used to be this thing, I think it was like Soccer 5s it was called, in the UK, and all the sort of best players from like the big teams, I think like, I don't know, Man U, Liverpool, and then I think like Scotland also had teams like Rangers and Celtic, and basically it was like the legends from those teams came together, like maybe, I don't know, a squad of 8 or 10 players, and Like honestly, some of the players that were playing were like Michael Owen played. I'm sure I've seen videos of like Gascoigne and Ferguson, and it's you should watch on YouTube. I think it was called Soccer Fives. Some amazing players like at this tournament. Not this tournament, but the one in Scotland. I would I would take those cards over these ones 100%, even though they're indoor. But like I say, all the like top players played in it. And I like Jesus Christ, look at that. Imagine getting smacked off it. Oh, that's amazing. That's like Jamie Vardy times 10. There's a few with broken wrist playing. I'm not sure you would get that these days. Well, especially with that cast. Because I don't think Jamie Vardy had broke his. Or he had broke it, but when he was playing, I don't think it was a proper cast. I think it was just like a support. And then I think it became like a superstitious thing that because they were on the way to win the league, he didn't. He kept it on the whole time. I don't think he wears it now. Cleveland Crunch. Jesus Christ. Some of these names are brilliant. Honestly. These guys will be kicking on a bit now, like 1959, so what's that? 60s probably. Brilliant. You've got to admire this, boys. It doesn't matter what level that you play football or soccer, you can't help but love it. And if you're not good enough, obviously, for the pro level, then semi-pro and well, clearly indoor football still have a following. And sometimes I feel like semi-pro and like Sunday league, you get almost like what football used to be like. And not like what it is now, like prima donnas and things like that. Like I always remember hearing the stories about, like I think it was Paul Scholes or something was saying that when he first started out, he got locked in. I think it was like the kit room, like for the whole training session. And like nowadays, like you get done for bullying. You probably get fined wages and suspended, and it's just you can't really do anything at all these days. Everyone's like babied and well looked after, and like I understand that like football is a business, but at the same time like they're just normal guys, and if you take them out of kind of that learning in the beginning, then they're probably going to suffer later on in their career, and they're not going to know how to deal with things. Obviously, you've got the likes of Greenwood and Foden going through stuff just now. Foden has obviously been playing and things, and it's maybe not affected him as much, and I don't think it's affected Greenwood, but he's obviously had a lot going on in his personal life, which can sometimes outweigh situations, and people just think that it's because and what happened with England. But it's probably not. At the end of the day, that's probably water under the bridge, and he's probably moved on from that. Everyone makes mistakes, but I do think that he's kind of like everyone's allowed to go through struggles, and especially in their personal life. And I think that people just have to give him a break, and they should be almost willing him to come back and supporting him, whereas it's always so negative. And that's one thing that I hate about the British media. They just like they just kill players when they're young. It's like instead of like they rave about them. Don't get me wrong, rave about them, think they're going to be world beaters, think they're going to be £100 million players, win England the World Cup, whatever. But as soon as they put that foot wrong, it's like they're their enemy. Like they hate them. They just like they don't care what they say about them. And you know about all the stories about the British media and celebrities and what have you. And you just kind of think, why the fuck would you keep doing it? Like, I understand that's your job, but for once in your life, can you not just fucking let someone like make mistakes. They've probably made mistakes. And that's the thing that annoys me, because these are top athletes. As soon as they put a foot wrong, then it's like they get fucking slaughtered in the press. Like their form goes down if they come back on the pitch, they get slaughtered for that. Like David Beckham is the perfect example. Like, and it also goes to show how much of the media are just backstabbing, because the way they treated him after the '98 World Cup was an absolute disgrace. Like honestly, like I was only like 6 or 7 at the time, but I can still remember that incident when it happened on the pitch. He made a mistake, he fucked up, England went out, whatever. But the way that he got treated after it was just, like honestly, I wouldn't treat my worst enemy like that. Unbelievable. Like I couldn't believe that a player of that stature was like getting death threats, and it just went, like I know I've went off topic here, but let's be honest, these are boring as fuck. But yeah, like just absolutely caning him. And then the worst thing now is he's like, it's good for him obviously, but he's like a national treasure, and it's kind of, he's been put through all of that shit, and then everyone just forgets about it. It's like, oh, that's fine. David Beckham, the way he is now, like we never treated him like that, and I think I hate stuff like that. It's like, if David Beckham wasn't mentally strong, God only knows what would have happened to him. And I'm so happy that he went on to bigger and better things. And I think, I could be wrong, obviously, there was a lot going on at Man United, but that could have been one of the other reasons, just to get away from the British media, go away, start a fresh life, and build a career again, because that's essentially what he had to do. And he's obviously that global icon that everyone loves, and I hope that obviously that continues, and he's obviously back in the game in America and things, with Inter Miami, but I would love to see him back over here, doing something, and whether that was with Man United or not, but he definitely didn't deserve what he got put through, and I hope to hell that doesn't happen, or it stops with Greenwood, because he might not be as mentally strong, and I would hate to see a young player's career crumble, because it's happened loads of times, but especially someone so talented. He doesn't deserve the way he's being treated. He's made a mistake, move on. And I hope to see the best of him, because I reckon he could be bigger than Rashford, if he gets the game time. I just think his ability is something that Man U have sort of had missing for a few years now, just that natural goal scorer. But anyways, I've went off topic. I'll just mince through these last few cards, because I don't like to bin things, but I can't really see a point in keeping these. They're just going to clog up my space in my collection. So not really anything else to say about these cards apart from they're pretty tragic. That came out weird. Pretty tragic. Cleveland Crunch. Jesus Christ. Honestly. San Diego Sockers. Fucking hell. Tacoma. Look at the mullet on that. I suppose I probably would have had a trim like that back in the day, but Wichita Wings. Last but not least, the main man, Bruce Savage. Savage. I love it. Absolute savage. Safe to say this pack opening has been a disaster. I do have, oh fuck's sake, I'll have too many more of these. Look at that. It's almost a waste of paper, eh? Like, let's be honest, that's just a waste. Like, if only they'd printed a Prism set instead. And I got lucky and opened a packet of indoor soccer and it was a Prism, or actually Major League Soccer, that would have been better. So yeah, I've got more packets of these, complete waste of time. I'll probably just open them for a laugh and just do what I've done today and talk about anything other than the cards, because there's absolutely nothing to talk about. Apart from the odd haircut, the odd pair of sneaks, the odd beautiful kit, also the Cleveland Crunch, love that name. So yeah, nothing really to other than that, so hopefully this is short and sweet and not as long as my other videos, because let's be honest, if I done a half an hour video on this, I'd be fucking bored as well, so I'm just going to stick at keeping it short and sweet, talk about other things other than the cards, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video, which I think is going to be back to another team. I'm not sure who it will be. I think maybe Everton or who would be after them. I'm not sure, but it'll be a team that's probably got 3 or 4 players that I think could either have a good season or a bright future. So if you can please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, whatever, that would be greatly appreciated, and see you on the next one. See you later.